Thank you. Dear shareholders, I, K. Ramasamy, Executive Chairman and Managing Director, welcome all the shareholders and the directors, auditors, and the scrutinizer to the 29th Annual General Meeting of our company being held through video conferencing facility in accordance with the circular dated 5/5/2020 issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. I am participating in this meeting through video conferencing facility from the company registered office at RKG Industrial Estate, Ganapati, Coimbatore. The facility of joining AGM through video conference or other audiovisual means has been made available for the shareholders. During the AGM, if a member faces any technical issue, he may contact the helpline number 1-800-222-990, which is mentioned in the AGM notice. Members may note that as per the Companies Act 2013, the company had provided the members with the facility to cast their vote on all the resolutions as set out in the notice of AGM through the remote e-voting system administered by the National Securities Depository Limited during the period commencing from 9 a.m. on 26 September 2020 till 5 p.m. on September 28. The facility for voting at the meeting through electronic means is also provided to the members who are present in the meeting and who have not yet cast their votes through remote e-voting facility. Members may note that the e-voting platform is now open and the members may cast their votes simultaneously while watching the proceedings of the meeting. Mr. B. Krishnamurthy, Chartered Accountant, Coimbatore, has been appointed as the scrutinizer for scrutinizing the e-voting process and for ascertaining the requisite majority. Since AGM is being held through video conferencing facility and the resolution mentioned in the notice convening the AGM have been already put to vote through remote e-voting, there is no proposing or seconding of the resolution. Members may also note that there is no voting of hands at this AGM. Members are requested to refer to the instructions provided in the AGM notice for seamless participation and voting through meeting. We wish to inform that no shareholder has registered as a speaker for this AGM. I also wish to state that the proceedings of this meeting is being recorded and the recorded video will be posted on the website of the company. Before we start with the main proceedings of the meeting, I request the directors who are present in this meeting through video conferencing facility to introduce themselves, please.
I, Chidambaram Shivkumar, an independent director of the company, is participating in the 29th AGM of Roots Industries India Limited from Chennai.
I, R. Varun Karthikeyan, Director, is participating in this 29th Annual General Meeting from the registered office of the company at Ganapati, Coimbatore.
I, S. Aramana Sundaram, Deputy Managing Director, is participating in this 29th Annual Meeting from the registered office of the company, Ganapati, Coimbatore.
I, K. Guhan, Director, Roots Industries, participating in the 29th Annual General Body Meeting from Bangalore.
I, Dr. Kavidasan, Director, Roots Industries, is participating in 29th Annual General Body from registered office of the company, Ganapati, Coimbatore.
I, V.M. Rajshekar, Director, is participating in this 29th Annual General Body Meeting from Coimbatore.
I request the statutory auditors to introduce themselves, please. I request the statutory auditors to introduce themselves, please.
I am Subramaniam from Salem, Statutory Audit of Roots Industries Limited, India Limited.
Okay. I request the company secretary to introduce himself.
I, K. Ravi, Company Secretary, is participating in this 29th Annual General Meeting from the registered office of the company, Ganapati, Coimbatore.
Apart from Mr. B. Krishnamurthy, the chartered accountant, the scrutinizer is also participating in this meeting. Mr. K. Narendra, Managing Director, Mrs. SKDC Consultants Limited, and Mr. A. J. Kumar, acting as moderator to this meeting, have also joined this meeting through video conferencing facility from Coimbatore. Confirmation of quorum and statement of other statutory items. I request the moderators to confirm the quorum before we start the proceedings of the AGM.
Good morning, Chairman. We have 39 members joined this meeting and requested quorum is there, so we can proceed further.
Thank you. We have the requisite quorum present through video conference to conduct the proceedings of this meeting. Requisite quorum being present, I now call this meeting to order. Since there is no physical attendance of the members, the requirement of appointing of proxies is not applicable. I wish to state that I am satisfied with the facilities provided to the shareholders of the company for participating in this meeting through video conferencing. The company has taken all the efforts feasible under the circumstances to enable the members to participate and vote on the item being considered in the meeting. The registers are registers as required under the Companies Act 2013 has been made available for inspection by the members during the AGM. Members seeking to inspect such registers can send their request through email to kravi@roots.co.in. Since the notice of EGM along with the audited financial statements and the director's report has already been circulated to all the members, I take the same as read. As there are no qualifications or comments or remarks in the statutory auditor's report for the financial year ending 31st March 2020, I take the same as read. Shareholders, directors, ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure in welcoming you all to the 29th Annual General Meeting of the company. The report for the directors and auditor results of the year ended March 31st, 2020 have been with you, and with your permission, I shall take them as read. During the year under review, your company has achieved a total income of 273.90 crores in 2019-2020 as compared to 281.08 crores achieved during the financial year 2018-2019. Domestic turnover stands at 167.1 crores for the year ending 31st March 2020 as compared to 172.2 crores in the previous year 18-19. Export registered a turnover of 82.97 crores in 2019-2020 as compared to 89.86 crores in the previous year 18-19. High Precision Engineering Division has registered a turnover of 56.85 crores in the financial year 2019-2020 as compared to 54.49 crores in 2018-2019. The reduction in overall turnover for the year ended 31st March 2020 as compared to year ended 31st March 2019 is partly attributed to the general economic slowdown and in particular the automobile sector because of changes in the emission norms from BS4 to BS6. Further, because of COVID-19 pandemic, the government is forced to declare full lockdown during the last week of March 2020. And this impacted the turnover of the company to a sizable extent. Profit before tax for the year ended 31st March 2020 is 21.03 crores as against 24.64 crores during the previous year 2018-19. Your company's board of directors has recommended a dividend of 25%, that is 2 rupees 50 paise per share for the year ended 31st March 2020. Your company continues to add more product range in its basket to achieve the desired growth coupled with the reputation it has gained over a period for its quality and commitment. The company has introduced different varieties in its mechatronic products and for the export market and this paved the way for progress in the supplies to OEM export segment. COVID-19 pandemic has affected the entire global economy to a great extent in the first quarter of financial year 2021. With Indian unlock, the worst seems to be over as high-frequency indicators show an improvement from the unprecedented trough. However, the increase in the COVID cases and subsequent intermittent lockdowns makes the recovery prospect fragile and call for a constant and dynamic monitoring. Also, the proactive steps taken by the government to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 in industrial and agricultural sector, helping the economy to recover from the adverse impact. Your company during this period has supplied critical components for the life-saving ventilators to the global market that provide respiratory support to patients situations where they are unable to breathe normally without assistance. Your company has played a significant role in supporting the needs of the vital medical equipment, which ultimately resulted in saving of lives of many people. Your company has spent rupees 1.6 crores on R&D in the year 2019 to 2020, continued focus on productivity improvement, value engineering techniques, and cost control measures are being undertaken by your company for maintaining the profitability level. The challenges to the growth must be tackled. Your company is in the process of identifying more projects to have its presence and thereby improve the overall turnover of the company as well as mitigate the risks involved in having limited segments. The company's export stands at 30% of the total turnover of the company. The volatility in foreign exchange market has been steadily rising over the last few months. The complexities involved in analysis of foreign currencies have increased manifold. The global markets are deeply interconnected with domestic markets. Hence, the forex risk mitigating measures are to be constantly focused. Your company has cautiously projected the turnover for 2021, considering the conditions prevailing in both domestic and export segments. I thank all bankers, customers, suppliers, joint venture partners, associates, and business associates, and also the central and state governments and various government agencies, and above all, the shareholders, and for the constant encouragement and support extended throughout the year. I also thank all my colleagues on the board for their continuous support and guidance. I also would like to record my sincere appreciation for the efforts of all the employees and their total dedication and hard work. I'm sure that with all your continued support, we would see the result of all our hard work paying off year after year. Thank you for your time, patience, and kind attention. I request Mr. Ravi, Company Secretary, to read the resolution set out in the AGM notice.
Now I shall take up the resolutions as set out in the AGM notice. Ordinary business. Item number 1 of the notice: to receive, consider, and adopt A. The audited standalone financial statement of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2020, the reports of the Board of Directors and the auditors thereon. And B. The audited consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2020 and the report of the auditors thereon. And in this regard, to pass the following resolutions as ordinary resolutions. A. Resolved that the audited standalone financial statement of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2020 and the reports of the Board of Directors and the auditors thereon laid before this meeting be and are hereby considered and adopted. B. Resolved that the audited consolidated financial statement of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2020 and the report of the auditors thereon laid before this meeting be and are hereby considered and adopted. Item number 2 of the notice: to declare dividend on equity shares. Item number 3 of the notice: to appoint a director the place of Dr. Kavidasan, DIN 01415-169, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. Item number 4 of the notice: to appoint a director the place of Mr. V.M. Rajashekar, DIN 0820-8467, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment. Special business: Item number 5 of the notice. To consider and approve the appointment of Mr. C. Sivakumar, DIN 008444529 as a director of the company and as an independent director to hold office for a term of 5 consecutive years up to the conclusion of 34th annual general meeting from the conclusion of 29th annual general meeting of the company. Item number 6 of the notice. To approve and ratify the remuneration of the cost auditors for the financial year ending March 31st, 2021. Item number 7 of the notice. To consider and approve the increase in the remuneration payable to Mr. K. Sarvanasundaram, DIN 02617400, Deputy Managing Director of the company.
Members may note that the text of the resolution along with the explanatory statement is already provided. The notice circulated to the members. Information on voting results and vote of thanks. Members may note that the e-voting facility on the platform of National Securities Depository Limited will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable those shareholders who have joined this AGM through video conferencing and who have not cast their vote earlier may kindly cast their votes now. The result will be declared after considering both remote e-voting and e-voting at this meeting. Within the prescribed time, and the consolidated scrutinizer's report will be placed on the company's website and on the website of National Securities Depository Limited. The resolutions as set forth in the notice shall be deemed to be passed today, subject to the requisite majority. I wish to thank all shareholders, directors, auditors, and scrutinizer who have joined this meeting through video conference. With this, the proceeding of 29th AGM is concluded. Thank you.
So thank you, sir. I'll stop recording and I'll close this event, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All directors, thank you for your participation. Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, fine.